top ranked UFC strawweight, but the newest addition at the same time to the UFC flyweight division, Cynthia Calvillo. Thank you so much for the time. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Obviously, a little depressing during this time right now, but it's just just holding up and but I'm ready to get back. I'm probably gonna just sprint to the gym as soon as they open. So, yeah. How are you? Is it early? Is it early over there? What time is it?
11 a.m. over here, so it's not
11
too
a.m.
bad. Yeah,
Okay.
not too
Yeah,
bad.
not too
Not too,
bad. Okay,
not too
that's
bad.
good.
All right. May 9th, today they mentioned that they're going to have a show in May 9th, and it looks like it's going to be in Florida. The governor of Florida is a OG. He's like a gangster. He's like, hey, we're going to make fighting possible in the state. What do you think about that, May 9th? Have they talked to you about it?
No, they haven't really talked to me about it. It's a little bit tough right now because it's I don't have a gym to open. So even if Florida opens, it's like, where am I going to do my training camp? So that's been a little bit tough. But hopefully, I think things are going to start getting lifted in the next couple weeks. And if they do, that's cool. It's not the same, man. It's like I can't go in there, wrestle and grapple. It's not something that's available to me right now because our area here in Santa Clara County of the Port of California was one of the parts where it got hit the most with the coronavirus. So we were on some serious restrictions. Nobody wanted to go around no one. And I've been running and doing whatever I can to do my best, but we'll see what happens, man. I'm always down to fight, but who knows, man? They've already tried making it happen so many times, but there is some hope. If Florida lifts it, then they can start busting out shows from there. That'd be great.
I think last week or 2 weeks ago they were talking about Tachi Palace, and that's not too
Exactly.
far from where you're at, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, it would have been cool. I think Dana was securing that place for about 2 months. So he was just going to pop them out every week. And I was like, all right, maybe we can make this happen. I was like, we just have to it's obviously going to be a different type of training, but we just got to be thank God that we have a job. So if we can go ahead and do that and compete, it'd be great. But yeah, they shut it down, but it would have been cool. It would have definitely been cool. Fortunately, Gavin Newsom, our governor, he, called the ESPN and Disney head honchos and was like, we cannot make this happen. We're like, all right.
Yeah. Well, you try to stay busy, like you said, running and doing what you can. How do you fill in the gaps? There's so much time.
Right now I'm actually transitioning from moving cities because while I was doing my training camp, I was commuting about 2 hours every week, about twice a week. And so now I've finally made the decision that I'm gonna just make my move back here in San Jose, which is where my family's at, where I was born and raised, and that's where the new gym that I'm going to be training at, AKA. So I was like, this is the time, if there's going to be any time to do anything like that, it's right now. So I've been just keeping myself busy with that, trying to make the move, keep working out because I don't want to go stir crazy. I set up a punching bag. I got that dude back there. I'm punching him, so we're doing what we can.
He's probably taking some
Oh yeah,
punishment, huh?
for sure. My dad's getting in on it too, so we're good, So I'm like my mom and dad. I was like, if you guys get in an argument, start getting, in each other's skin, because obviously everybody's just so in each other's space right now. We're like, hey, we got the gloves right here. Go ahead, So
I saw a video of your dad working out. Is he like your training partner at the moment?
he definitely could be now. No, dude, my dad has always enjoyed boxing and especially now mixed martial arts, that I'm an MMA fighter, but he loves it. So he's like, oh, we could do this and that. And he's a big fan of the body shots, and he's been trying to get me to just do body shots, not stop. And I was like, all right, Dad, I'm going to get someone for you. Don't worry.
It's like he's like the Mr. Miyagi and you're the Karate Kid.
Yeah, he probably have me do some other stuff, more organize his shed and be like, this is a part of training, Be like, okay, Dad, walks on, walks off. I got this.
Your last fight, it was a draw, and judging it's just a big topic all the time. Do you think we need to really revamp this judging stuff? Because we don't need to have draws. We don't need to have controversial decisions. There's the open judging where the fighters can know like what the score is going into the rounds? What do you think about that?
I think it's great. I'm a fan of it. I think there was a couple of shows that did it, a smaller. I forgot which show. It might have been overseas, but then their Invicta
Mm-hmm.
was one of them. You know, Max Holloway was there, and we seen it was great. I think they put the scoreboard like behind the fighters, so it's like up to, you know, some fighters might not want to know. Sometimes they might just want the coach to see it, you know. So the coaches will look at it, you know, and I don't know whatever the way that they run their corner, you know, everybody's different, but they have the option, and I think it works great. I mean, if you know whether you're going to go into that round with winning or losing, I'm pretty sure people are going to, you know, because sometimes you think you're winning and you might cruise, and the next thing you know, you ran out of time and you lost the fight. So I think that I'm a big fan of that. They should definitely start incorporating that into more events for sure.
A good example would be the Dominic Reyes versus John Jones fight. I think Dominic Reyes thought he won that fight going into the fifth round, but if he knew what the scorecards were, that fight could have been a finish. It could have been totally different. Do you think so?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that for sure. A lot of people think Dominic Reyes won. I feel like if it was any other fighter other than like a title, you know, challenge, then I feel like he actually won the fight. But did he do enough to beat the champion? It's always that, you know, did you do enough, you know, convincingly? So I feel like if he did know that, then he definitely, like Dominic, he's a fighter. I mean, he's got heart. I feel like if somebody would have told him, hey, you're losing this fight, but you can go out there and win this, you got to go take his head off right now, you know, for sure. I definitely believe that.
Yeah, and with the pay structure, you get the show and then the win. So if you go into that third round thinking like, "Oh my God, I could not have my win bonus," that's gonna be in the back of your mind, right? It could push you to this other level.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it would be huge. Not only will we gonna be seeing more crazier fights because, you know, this could be like, hey guys, you're going into this half and half. You get these two fighters. I was like, I gotta go take this guy out. So then you have two guys in there, you know. So I just feel like you're definitely gonna get more motivation, different types of performances if we do know, you know, where we're at in the scoring. Because like, you know, just thinking, you know, it's way different. You know, sometimes fights are way different than what you think they were when you're in them. So I've had the same thing when I fought Carla Esparza. I had a really close fight with her. And, you know, if I would have known, you know, going into the third, because in that third, I thought I won it. Like, I thought I did. And then the next thing I watch it back and I'm like, shit, you know, if I knew, it would have been a different type of third round going in there, at least for me. So, yeah, I hope they bring it.
Yeah, I never really expect a fighter to know that they're winning or losing. You know, unless they're taking huge amounts of damage. I don't expect them to know if they're winning or losing a fight. You know, fans are crazy sometimes. They're like, oh, yeah, they should know. It's like, come on, if it's close, it's close. You can't tell until afterwards.
Yeah. And even then, for them, it might be even like the fans might calm down a little bit too if they know
Mm-hmm.
the score and start understanding it a little bit better because there sometimes some of them see a different fight as well. And it's also different when you're watching their live versus when you're watching on TV. You know, you watch it a couple different times, you're like, oh, okay, you know. So I think for everybody, I think everybody would be definitely on board to do that. So I'm surprised they haven't done it, but I think it's probably going to happen soon, I think.
Yeah, I hope so. Now, training the last couple of years, you know, you've trained at different facilities, worked with different coaches. How much has that opened your eyes?
Well, it's been a lot. I feel like I've been able to go to as far as like training three high level gyms. I started at a small one and then I moved to Team Alpha Mount. I was there for most of my time. And then I went to Tiger Muay Thai. You know, when I had gone there before, it was only supposed to be like a 2 week trip, and I ended up doing my whole fight camp out there. Um, you know, and it was great. I love it. I love Thailand. I just think that oh, they got the doggies barking back here. Um, but it was great, but it was a little too far for me to be away from family. There's a lot of things I had to encounter over there where I was just like, oh my God, this might be a little too tough to deal with. So when I came back, ultimately, you know, I decided to go to AKA. Needed to go find a new gym, and AKA is right here in my hometown. I'm able to spend more time with my family because since I've started training, I've probably hardly ever. This is the most time I've ever spent with my family. and my dad's like getting older still. But yeah, anyways, as far as going back into like sometimes I run off. As far as those being three, huge gyms, two facilities, I'm extremely grateful because I'm able to take a little bit of everything. There's a lot of things that I've learned from certain coaches that I take and I put it in my toolbox. And lucky for me, I've been able to have some really great coaches. George Hickman, who's didn't get to spend too much time there, of course, but he was great. I'm a big fan of that guy. I love everybody. I love all the coaches there. Team Alpha Male too. They still have a lot of great coaches. But now, it's time to come back home to AKA, take everything that I learned and, take it to another level.
Definitely, it's just another chapter in your career, in your book, of your life.
Hmm.
With AKA, it seemed like you're just building some momentum right now, and then this coronavirus just slaps you in the face, slaps everybody in the face, right?
Yeah, it was just like, stop, like, nope, not, right. I was like, just,
Mm-hmm.
getting the wheels going. I was about to like start peaking. I felt good. I was in shape. Khabib was in town, doing his fight camp. And like when he's around, like the level's just even more in the, it's lifted in the room. So I was excited. I was like, man, dude, I'm going in there Khabib style because that was my plan for this fight against Antonina, her being a striker and I'm a grappler. Um, but yeah, so that was the plan. I was really excited, but we'll get back to it. I'm ready. Like I said, once the gym doors open, I'm sprinting there. I'm gonna be there early before the doors open.
Are you expecting when everything gets back and running to be fighting Shevchenko?
I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping that I can. But we'll see what gets matched up. Obviously, we got to see when my quarantine is lifted in my training. I got to talk to my coaches that I have here because when I first, the quarantine started happening, the coronavirus started hitting, they were not very confident. They were trying to play it out every day to see. And then eventually, Javier Mendez, the owner of AKA Gym, ended up having to close the gym, and I'm barely starting with these new guys over here. And I'm like, it was just a crazy time, and we were trying to protect everybody. And so we got to see when this coronavirus really the lockdown starts getting lifted a little bit, so we can get back to training and nobody's as scared because like we could have gone and find training in like garages and stuff like that. But at the same time, they got families with old people at home. I got my dad over here; he's in his 70s. So we want to make sure that this thing passes through by, and then I'm hoping that if once the fight start coming up, that fight is still available to me. But if not, if say I'm not able to get the training I need or do it, then if she wants to continue on because if she has that available, I'm not gonna hold it against her. But I would love to still have that fight once we can get back to work.
A lot of fighters, they're saying like, I'll fight. Doesn't matter, what type of training that
Mm.
I'm having right now. If the UFC calls, but it seems like your mindset is not like that. It's like I need to get some good training in. I got to be smarter with the next steps of my career. Is that safe to say?
Basically, yeah. I mean, before I was like, especially if I'm in the gym, dude. If I'm in the gym, you call
Hmm.
me, I'll take the fight because I'm in the gym all the time. But if since this time, every week, we didn't know what's gonna happen. It got crazier, and so that's what's kind of scary about it. I had a draw in my last fight. I had not the best performance. I would hate to go back in there and have another performance where I'm not at my best, and especially moving up to a new division. I'm gonna fight the champ's sister. Like I wanna be good. And other people are like, well, we're all in the same boat, and well, kind of in a sense, because some of the lockdowns are different for every fighter. Some of them have the access to train, and are gonna have better. I mean, she lives with her sister and her coach, and they're all, they have available where they can do that. Me moving over here, it's just been a little bit tougher to really even get people like to really want to do it. So, but I can do it. I mean, if we do it, but I definitely want to prefer to put in a good training camp because I don't want to go out there. I feel like, especially being a ranked fighter, if I'm in the top 10, I'm not trying to go back down. I feel like I can be really close to getting that championship. I feel like if I go in there and like I fight Antonina and I just like, get the job done and make it a very impressive win, then I'm somebody that they're going to talk about, like, well, she just beat the champ's sister. Maybe she might be up in line to get there closer too, you know? So I would hate to have a shitty performance that then they rank me down or something. And it's important to me. Fighting is very important to me. I don't want to go out there all sloppy.
You've beaten some of the girls that are at the top of the division already. So it's like, do you go in
Yeah.
there and, let's say you do go in, have a good performance. It's like you could call out anybody. There's a couple girls you already beat. So it's like they're up there. Why not, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I fought Joanne Calderwood.
Mm-hmm.
I beat her. She's the one that's fighting for the title next. Like, what is that going to say once I go in there and beat Antonina? And if I make this an impressive win, like, come on, you know, there's not going to be much else left to say because that's going to be a win on there. That's going to be a great performance. And so that was the one thing. And then even those coaches too, like, I'm going in with these guys like firsthand, and I would like, I know that they're very supportive of me. Like, very, now that I'm here, they were very welcoming to open me a part of the gym. I don't think that they would want to send me in there not fully trained the way that they would want me to. And for me, one of the biggest games is I want to wrestle and I want to grapple. And these last couple 2 weeks, like, everybody's been just really scared. So I feel like, you know, maybe in these next couple weeks, we'll start lifting it up a little bit and we can start getting in. And then if I can get that fight again, we can make it happen for sure. But we need the lockdown to be lifted a little bit because people are a little scared right now still. So, which I don't blame them.
Yeah.
So we got to protect our family members.
Yeah, everybody's scared. Fight Island, what do you think about that prospect of having this secluded place and Dana's gonna fly everybody out a couple weeks ahead and they could train there and then you could fight on the island?
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's do that, you know? If you could take me to that island and give me a training camp, let's do it. I am down. Let's go, you know? But it's just really hard to do that right now. I mean, but I'm a fan of Dana White's Fight Island. I think it's like so sick. And once he starts getting that going, I'm definitely a fan. Take me to that island, please.
With you being around your family, close to them during your fight camp, and compared to your previous ones, they weren't so close to you. Is it better for you mentally? You know, because mental aspect of the game is a huge part. Is that something that comfort that you have having them next to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for quite some time, when I was away for so long, I felt pretty guilty because I couldn't visit them as much as I wanted to. When I'm in the gym and I work hard all year round. Like, even after fights, I hardly ever take time off. I'm straight back in there. It's just what keeps me going. You know, I love doing it so much. So now that I get to do that here at home, you know, my dad, like I said, he's in his 70s. My mom's going to retire soon. And I want to be able to spend as much time as I possibly can with them now. So I think that is definitely going to motivate me. You know, my dad, he enjoys, like, you know, watching the fights and stuff. And I feel like him being around me and stuff, you know, I might probably start taking him to the gym with me so he can watch the training. I think he likes it. I've taken him once before, and it was the first time ever, was last year. And, you know, in all of the years that I've trained. So it's definitely going to be a motivating thing, you know, just having my pops there and by my side, and especially my mom. She doesn't like me fighting, but she's very happy that I'm here. She's happy to have one of her kids back home. So
Yeah, moms are always like that. Now, well, I'm excited to see what you can do in your new division at 125, and you get to hop in there in deep water right
yeah.
away, which is always exciting, always opportunity for yourself to move up the ranks real quick. And thank you so much, Cynthia, for the time. I know it's Corona lockdown season, but hey, keep your spirits high and have fun with your family and just, I guess, enjoy what you can.
Yeah, no, I mean, the same to everybody. I think after this, we're all going to come out better humans. I hope so. I have a feeling we are. We're going to be more appreciative about stuff. And, like, man, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be singing every day to the gym just because I'll be so happy. I don't care. Even if I go to the gym and I get beat up, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be very, very happy. I cannot wait to get punched in the face at the gym. Like, I cannot wait. So, yeah, no, everybody, thank you so much for having me on. Same to you. You know, for everybody, keep up the good spirits and just got to stay safe as much as we can, and they'll get back to normal soon. I hope. We'll pray.